Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my group will be presenting about ethics in artificial intelligence technologies. My name is Mohamad Ashraff Danial bin Abdul Malek with my two other members, Nur Nadhirah binti Abd Razak and Mohamad Faisal El-Muhammady bin Mohamad Salah. So, artificial intelligence is the study of intelligent agents such as any system that perceive its environment and take actions that maximize its chance of achieving its goals. Meaning here that the computer can do complex tasks such as learning, problem solving, perception, and also using language. For example of AI is Google, Amazon, Tesla, and OpenAI. There are a lot of applications for AI. For example, speech recognition, such like Siri for Apple, and then we have ADAS, which stands for Advanced Driver Assistance System, which commonly used in Tesla, which the automatic driving. And then we have big data and deepfake. So our main focus here is about deepfake AI technology. So deepfakes, it comes from the deep learning algorithms that teach themselves how to solve problems with large dataset are used to swap faces in video, images and other digital content to make the fake appear real. Deepfake content is created by using two algorithms that compete with one another. One is called a generator and the other one is called a discriminator. The generator creates the fake digital content and asks the discriminator to find out if the content is real or artificial. So generally, with deepfake technology, we can swap faces in video or images to create a fake. So our problem statement is that people across the world are utilizing deepfakes for a variety of reasons, including face swapping, reproducing pornographic movie with someone's face or body, and creating and disseminating fake news. Deepfakes are increasing from time to time, but there's no standard to evaluate deepfake detection techniques. It can create fake news, images, and videos. This can affect democracy, privacy, security, religion, and culture of the peoples. So this technology can be easily misused since it is easily available, which can bring harm to society. Solution is needed to minimize and prevent deepfake from being a threat and used for harmful purposes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for the solution to this deepfake or a fake news, we have come out with several solutions. The first one is recurrent neural network, which is from the technological parts, and then the second one is religion point of view, and the third one is law enforcement. So for my part, I will be covering the first one and the second one, which is recurrent neural network and the religion point of view. So the first one is convolution neural network, CNN, for frame feature extraction. CNN is kind of similar to the second one, LSTM, for temporal sequence analysis, except that LSTM does not require any data set or any data set to train the algorithm. So CNN works by uploading a video to a CNN software, and the software will extract the video frame by frame into a series of pictures or images. Then it will go some image processing technique to determine whether the video is authentic or it is already been faked by deepfake algorithm. So from a religion point of view, the Islamic ethics of disseminating information requires information literacy, which is a set of skills needed to discover, evaluate, interpret, and use information properly and truthfully. With reference to these skills, information dissemination can be broken down into three steps: acquiring, evaluating, and sharing information. The first phase of acquiring information dictates that a Muslim must verify the credibility of the sources. Reporters or any news transmitters need to truly check the reliability of the sources of news before they accept it or deny it. A guideline to verify news source includes knowing the author of the article, this determining if there are any agenda to the content, what kind of pages it is, and for online sources, if the URL is relevant to the content, along with ensuring the information is complete, accurate, and current. With the growth of media sources, finding the credibility of every sources can be very challenging. Hence, if authentication is not possible, then it is advisable to suspend the judgment. The Holy Quran says, "Do not follow that of which you have no knowledge. Surely the hearing, the sight, the heart, each of these shall be called to account." Muslims should take inspiration from the Hadith scholars who are very cautious about accepting narration from unknown individuals or any individual whose identity and character were doubtful. In addition to this, the Prophet ﷺ has also commented, "Indeed, among the excellence of a person Islam is that he leaves what does not concern him." Following these teachings, a Muslim is advised to ignore the news that does not affect them in this world or in the hereafter. The second phase of evaluating the information, where Islam guides Muslims to seek clarification. Upon assessing a piece of information, an individual should investigate it before acting upon it. This command is given in the Quran in the following verse: "O you who have believed, if there comes to you a disobedient one with information, investigate, lest you harm a people out of ignorance and become over what you have done regretful." Furthermore, when judging a piece of news, it is advised to do so without prejudice. Uh, After the two phases of acquiring and assessing the information, the third phase is to ensure that the sharing of news must be done keeping in mind the Islamic ethics. It is in Islamic belief that human intellect, wisdom, understanding, and reason are trust or amana of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that this should not be used to harm another human soul. Hence, before spreading any piece of information, Muslims have a responsibility to consider the impact it can have on an individual. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said, "A Muslim is the one from whose tongue and hand the people are safe, and the believer is one whom from the people lives and wealth are safe." And the second hadith also mentioned that he who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the last day must either speak good or remain silent. Muslims therefore need to be cautious when clicking on the share button or forwarding a message that can be insulting, hurtful, or offensive to a sect, religion, or an individual. The cautiousness also applies against spreading misinformation in the form of spam messages, chain mails, conspiracy theories, or fake news articles, as this can be damaging to the societies. By controlling the virality of the fake news, its impact and acceptability can be reduced. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Nadhirah binti Abd Razak. My metric number is G2112790, and today I'm gonna explain about the deepfake in terms of the legal enforcement. So the deepfake could be highly innovative and have significant educational and creative value, but at the same time there are plenty of attempts to create socially harmful deepfake. So the first two are revenge porn and political deepfake, which can be defined as a hard cases, and whereas the deepfake created in a commercial or creative context are socially beneficial and may thus raise fewer legal or ethical contexts. As what we can see in the figure, there are four cases that can be divided into the deepfake in terms of the legal enforcement, which the first one is the deepfake pornography. The example is the faces of the one person is transferred into the actors or any people naked body. So the advantages is the could mean opportunity to create more video if created with consent, and the major concern about these cases is invasion into autonomy and sexual privacy, and such as humiliation and abuse. And then the unintended consequences is humiliation and exploitation, physical, mental, and financial abuse of individual or corporation. So the legal response is public law. It can be as criminal law, administrative action, and for the private law, it torts. So the next one is the political campaign, which is the example is a speeches of politician news report information about socially significant event. So the advantages is could promote freedom of the speech, and the major concern is damage to reputation, distortion of democratic discourse, hostile government, impact on election result. So the unintended consequences from these cases is eroding of trust in institution, deepening social division and polarization, damage to national security and international relation. So the legal response is for the public law is constitutional law, administrative law, and criminal law, and for the private law, defamation, libel, slander, torts, copyright law. For the number 3, what we can summarize is, so from here we can understand that the deepfake technology also can be used to create the voice of the people who have lost their relative or friends or someone who has already passed away. Nowadays, the video production is highly unscalable, and as the deepfake technology go further, the creation of the video content will become cheaper and will undoubtedly facilitate a wave of new business model and also facilitate new form of communication. And there is a situation where the content is created without obtaining the right holder's consent first. In such cases, the suffering party should be able to rely on a wide array of traditional legal concepts and theories in contract or torts law. Okay, the last one is the creative and original deepfake, which is nowadays the most newest technology about the creative deepfake is face swapping that is commonly used, people nowadays use in TikTok and whatsoever. So it can lead to the advantages, which is it can promotion of the creativity and science. It also can lead to the unintended consequences of the creative deepfake, which is can cause the bullying cases. And from the legal perspective, besides the invasion of the privacy, a number of other fundamental legal issues including contract, torts, and property law could be relevant in dispute concerning the lawfulness of creative deepfake. And from the copyright law perspective, it may be questioned whether the creator of a deepfake could claim copyright ownership of the newly created deepfake, or whether the use of the original content amount to an infringement of the third-party copyright. As for the conclusion, the first one is deep learning can be used as a deepfake creation and detection methods. And then the deepfake create false image or video that person cannot differentiate from real image or video. And then Islam guide the believer to necessity information literacy. Number 4 is we need to gather the information regarding the news and check the credibility of the source. And the last one is the seek clarification.